Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be talking about my experience with Differin gel. I am about 3 weeks in, a little bit over right now. I'm gonna do one more update at the 6-week mark, but today I really just wanted to talk about some of the things I experienced first starting out, how my skin looks now, and I'm also going to include some before and after pictures in this video as well. So if you are interested in seeing this video, just keep watching. Okay, so I wrote down a couple of notes in my phone of specific things that I wanted to make sure I touched on, so I'm just gonna go in order off of that. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of what made me decide to start using Differin. I talked about this a little bit in some of my vlogs that I did, and basically I still don't know if it was hormonal or what exactly it was, but my face pretty much here was awful. There were so many dark spots, texture, and it just got to the point where I didn't feel comfortable doing anything without wearing makeup, which is not me. I try to only wear makeup like once or twice a week, so that, and then putting all the makeup on top of it, I feel like it was just like a recipe for disaster, and I just made it worse. So I made the decision to go see a dermatologist and have him take a look at my skin, tell him what my issues were. And I've never been someone who has struggled with acne really, so that also just was concerning me because I take really good care of my skin. I wash my face every morning and night, I moisturize. I do have really sensitive skin, so I tend to try not to use too many products. I just feel like it's really easy for my face to get irritated, and whenever it gets irritated, it usually is followed by some inflammation or acne flare-ups. So when I met with him, he went ahead and prescribed me 3 different products. The first product was a face wash called SSS wash, and I will show you these in a second. He also prescribed me a medication called erythromycin, and lastly, the Differin gel. So the very first thing I want to talk about is like my first week fuck-ups, because I wouldn't say he gave me an ample amount of information. He didn't tell me how to use these products, and like the prescription he gave me, it said on the bottles like use this morning and night, use this in the morning for the erythromycin, and then use this at night for the Differin gel. So he was having me use the face wash twice a day, the erythromycin once a day, and the Differin gel once a day. That did not work for me. I did that for the first week and it was awful. My face was so, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like raw, especially like right here on the corners of my face. Layers of skin were just cracking off, and it would burn like to the point where when I would put the product on my face, it would burn for like an hour, and I would just sit in front of a fan and like try to get some cool air on my face to just try to calm it down. But anyway, so at that point, like the first few days I just fought through it. Maybe it was because I was on a new skincare routine, but it got to the point where honestly I realized like skincare should not hurt, contrary to popular belief. If that is a popular belief, it should not be like agonizing pain to wash your face or to put products on your face. So I went ahead and started doing some research of my own. I ended up completely cutting out the erythromycin. My face couldn't take it. I have very sensitive skin, and it didn't work for me. I couldn't do it. So I ended up kind of changing up the skincare routine a little bit because of how awful that first week was. So now I also researched a lot of things to see like what didn't interact well with each other, and I realized that when you're using Differin gel, you really need to make sure that the products you're using with the Differin gel are so soothing and gentle and not intense at all, because the Differin gel is already so intense. So this is what I ended up changing my skincare routine to. I will link all the products below also if you guys want to check any of them out. But now what I've been doing since about 4 days in up until now, which I am 3.5 weeks in, and I have had no issues with sensitivity, burning, irritation. Like, this has been working good for me, and I've seen really good results. So in the morning, I use the Triple S wash that was prescribed to me, and then I just go in with a moisturizer. I've been using the Differin moisturizer. I just felt like since the Differin gel is so intense, it would maybe be best to use a moisturizer from the Differin brand as well to make sure I'm like really, really getting moisturized. I was using the CeraVe moisturizer previous to the Differin moisturizer, and it wasn't enough with how drying the Differin gel was. I would use the Differin gel at night, put the CeraVe moisturizer on my face, and wake up, and it would just, especially like the corners of my mouth and the little line in my chin would be dry. It would be cracking, but it wasn't cracking like it was in my first week. Like, it would hurt if I yawned, but it wasn't like painful from just even talking. So either way, I realized I needed moisturizer that was a little bit more intense, I guess, more hydrating. So I really highly recommend the Differin moisturizer, even as just a moisturizer. If you don't plan on using Differin gel, you don't have dermatologist recommended products, that moisturizer is just really good. It doesn't clog your pores, and I'm really happy with it. And then at night, sorry, I got lost in the middle there. So that's what I do in the morning, and then at night I use the Mario Badescu Botanical Facial Gel, which is really, really gentle, and I really appreciate that because I get out of the shower, and honestly, like right here, this is the biggest tip I can give you. When you get out of the shower and your face is still wet, do not dry your face. Like, dry off your body, whatever, and then use the Differin moisturizer while your face is still wet, and apply the moisturizer onto your wet skin. That is going to hold in the moisture from that water and kind of like fill your face with water. I know that probably doesn't make sense. I did a lot of research on recommended skincare regimens for using Differin gel, and I saw that the most, because afterwards, when you apply that Differin gel on top of your moisturizer, it's going to go in and remove any bacteria or clogged pores. It's going to push everything out. So you want to keep as much moisture in your skin as you possibly can with something that is going in and working so hard against the moisture. Hopefully that made sense. So that was my first week fuck ups and my skin routine that I've been following. Next, I'm going to talk about the purge. This is the worst part of using Differin gel. So from about week 2 up until honestly like 4 or 5 days ago, I have been disgusting. I didn't film any videos last week, which, by the way, if you saw that there was a lapse there, that was why. In my last video, I tried to put some makeup on and cover up the start of it, but it just got to the point where I didn't feel comfortable showing myself looking so bad. But yes, the purge is very real. It was a lot of texture and whiteheads, and it was everywhere. My entire forehead looked like a gravel road. It was so bumpy and gross, and also my chin. And the weird part is that my chin, it was actual acne. Like, my forehead was just like 35 whiteheads, and then my chin was like deep, sore, hurting acne, which kind of makes sense because my chin is where I get the most hormonal breakouts. So I don't know if that was just stuff that was under the surface that was going to come out anyway or whatever, but that was rough. And I was trying my best not to wear makeup because I knew putting stuff on top of my skin with a product that was working so hard to push things out just didn't seem to make sense. I felt like it could end up clogging my pores, and I just would be kind of interfering with that process and maybe making it take longer. So I just said, fuck it, I'm not gonna wear makeup. I'm just gonna let my skin do what it needs to do with this product, and I'm just gonna be ugly and not go in public. So that was kind of my solution to that problem. However, so yeah, it lasted a week, I would say. But however, my skin looks so much better now. I still have some darkness just like right here, and a little bit on my chin, but as far as acne, whiteheads, I'm feeling much, much better. Speaking of whiteheads, I do still wake up and get like an occasional whitehead here or there. Like it'll just be like one every morning. But I have one of the like pimple popper tools where you just like slide it over. I'll show that in just a second. But that it's easy to get rid of it and it doesn't leave any marks or anything like that. So that isn't too bad to deal with. It's just kind of annoying. And the last couple things I wanted to talk about in this video is dryness and my skin texture. So my skin before starting Differin gel was always very oily, like very oily. When I first started Differin gel, I had no products for dry skin, and I honestly think that that also like aided in my skin being so sore and messed up for a while. So I went and purchased products, like I said, the Differin moisturizer, more sensitive skincare, to fight that dryness, and I'm really happy. So if you're thinking about Differin gel, or you already are on Differin gel and are also having issues kind of like the issues I was having, I would definitely recommend getting skincare designed for dry skin. Even if you don't have dry skin normally, the Differin gel is like going to dry you out. And then lastly, my skin texture. That was the second thing I was fighting the most which made me decide to start this product, was my dark spots and texture. I hated how like my skin felt so rough when I would put makeup on. It would apply fine, but you would see all of the texture throughout my skin, and I hated it so much. So at week 3.5, my skin texture is honestly completely gone. I still have like random pimples, like not even pimples, but just kind of bumps that I can tell are going to come out, like pretty much like right around here. But I'm not worried. My skin looks 110% better than it did during the purge, and it looks a lot better than it did before I started. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a close-up of my face right now, and then I'm gonna show you the products that I use and also insert some before and after clips. So this is my face at week 3.5. The biggest thing I want to take note on is my forehead. That was awful, 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 and it is pretty much completely cleared up. So as you can see, there's still some issues right here and right here. And then this part of my face is just dark, and I don't know what that is from, honestly. But I am hoping that as I continue to use the Differin gel and my skincare routine, that this is going to clear up completely. It's honestly so much better than when I started. So I will insert some clips right here of the day that I was in the office, asking him for advice, some prescriptions, what I should be doing. As you can tell, there is so much darkness on my face. The dark spots are really there, and as you can tell now, my face is just so much brighter and it looks so much healthier than it did at this point. And then this next picture that I'm going to insert, this was the first day using the product, and you could tell that my skin was so red and irritated. This was the start of me like messing up my skin. So that was just rough. I'm also going to insert a clip right here of the vlog I was doing when my purge started to really come out. That way you can see exactly what it was at the beginning of the worst of my face. I understand that people suffer from like cystic acne and acne that is just really hard to fight. This is just something that I'm just now dealing with. I'm just now experiencing acne, so it was really rough for me and my normal skin. And then the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the products that I use. So this is the little tool that I use when I wake up in the morning if I have a couple whiteheads, and it is really gentle on your skin. It doesn't leave marks, which I really like. I got this honestly at Ulta. I think it was maybe, geesh, I don't know, maybe $5. It was really, really inexpensive. So then in the morning is when I use the SSS wash, and you would have to go to a dermatologist to get this product, but this is what it is and what it looks like. And then I use this specific Differin moisturizer, and it is the Soothing Formula. And I cannot say enough good things about this moisturizer. I really, really like this moisturizer. So for my nighttime routine, which is really where the bulk of my activity is, this is when being really sensitive and moisturizing comes in handy. So this is the face wash that I use at night. It is the Botanical Facial Gel, and this is just so gentle, so soothing, and that's really important. And then again, I get out of the shower, and with my face still wet, I go in with the Differin moisturizer, and then I honestly just like let that dry. I brush my hair, get dressed, all the things, whatever. And then once that's dry is when I go in with the Differin gel. And I know that you're supposed to use this very sparingly. So it says like a dime amount for your entire face. And when you do that, just be careful not to like go too close to your eyes or go into your neck, because it's not meant for that. That's another thing I learned through trial and error. And I also have been incorporating this within the last 2 weeks, and this is the IT Cosmetics Confidence in an Eye Cream Eye Gel. And I also really enjoy this product. I have been using it at night, and I just take probably like a little dip on my pinky and just like dab it here, and then I rub it in on that area that the Differin gel isn't on, just to keep my face really moisturized. And you know, I'm all about the preventative skincare, so if we can help wrinkles or stop them, I'm all about it. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, or entertaining or informational. If there's anything I left out that you guys have questions about, go ahead and comment in the description box. I will be happy to answer any questions you have. I tried to make this as informative as possible. And if you are also using Differin gel or have used it in the past, go ahead and let me know what your experience was like. I would really like to hear someone else's experience and the things that were hard for you, or little tweaks you made to make it the most it could be for your skin. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in my next one.